What's going on, you guys? Kenny here, also known as Silent Fan 85. Welcome to another vlog. I hope you'll indulge me here for a bit. I'm probably yammer in this vlog, but I wanted to talk about something that I hope I haven't given up on, which is love. As some of y'all know, I've been through, well, to put it bluntly, hell mentally the last couple of years. I've lost family in one way or another. My dad passed. My sister's currently locked up. I'm having trouble forgiving her for what she did to me. A lot of trouble. It's going to take me a few years, to be quite honest. I have been through, a divorce within the last 5 years, and I've seen my life more than a few times over those last 5 years take a turn that I didn't expect at all. I mean, what do you do? A lot of people argue that's just life. It's just stuff that happens. The truth is, I was unprepared for it, as I think we tend to be. But I want to talk about love because with those things that have happened, there has been love lost for people. In the case of my dad, I obviously love my dad. I always will. But I've lost him in the physical realm. Him and I was at a distance relationship. Obviously, with my divorce, I still love my ex-wife. I always will. Um, in some part of my heart. Um, when it comes to my sister, my little sister, I still love my sister. I always will, but I have unfortunately distanced myself because of I'm not currently. I'm only naturally at this point in my life strong enough to handle myself, and that's rebuilding. And I can't handle, you know, any kind of something to do with that. Unfortunately, she's burned me way too many times um, over the past year, and I will always love her. Though, with that said, but what about love of the romantic nature? What about love for somebody that's not somebody I grew up with? It's funny. I was just watching a movie called Redemption with Jason Statham. As you guys know, I'm a big action fanatic. I love a good Sly Stallone or Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. And Jason Statham is, right up there. He's a decent actor with a lot of good action about him. And in the movie Redemption, there's a character who is a nun. She gets dressed up, she gets drunk, breaks her vows, and um, it's a really touching scene when you see this happen. She transforms from a nun into a girl that is dressed nice and starts drinking. It's fun. It just kind of shows a representation of change in somebody's character. But what struck me the most is that this girl looked very much like an ex of mine, an old flame. Um, that's ancient history, but she'll always hold a place in my heart. And I won't name any names, but what it did do for me is it reminded me that I have loved in my life. I have known love. I have experienced love. And as a man, as a straight man anyway, the love of a woman is one of the strongest things that a man can experience. The love of a partner, even. The caress on the skin, the hug, the affirmation of some hot breath on your neck as they're holding you from behind, spooning, you know. If you don't know what spooning is, look it up. It's actually kind of fun and kind of comfortable. I have resigned myself and promised to myself that I will not be alone my whole life. Um, as a man, as it were, in that regard. But at this point, um, I'm still trying to decide if I have or I haven't given up on love. I don't think I've given up on the hope of love again. But one of the hardest things I think you can do in life is know what real love is. Um, and I think the main thing is that real love is complicated internally. The mechanics, and it's taxing. In a lot of ways, love is everything. Love is toxic. Love is beautiful. Love is invigorating. Love is tiring. And I think love is easily manipulated. The word alone is thrown around like crazy. You learn that growing up when you're 13, 14 years old, or 12 in my case, when you first meet a girl and you tell them you love them. I love you, you know that? You know, you're young. It's it's pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing actually, to see a girl's eyes light up when you first say that. You know, when you first ask a girl to marry you, or kiss her for the first time. Um, it's one of the best feelings in the world. What's even more amazing is when you share a very intimate moment, such as kissing or even making love for the first time. And there is a difference between making love and having sex. You kind of learn that as you grow up. You learn the difference, and it's not really something that can be told, in my experience. I have had my share of partners, and it's making love that is the most explosive thing you can ever encounter, on multiple levels, by the way. Um, Recently there could have been at some point maybe something for me, but unfortunately my heart fell out of it. Um, I won't go into details, but um, it did help me realize that there's always hope. If you feel like you've lost love from a partner, if you think you won't ever find a partner and you'll be alone most of your life, especially when your parents are starting to pass away, and when you know that you're getting older and stuff's changing, the universe is taking things away. Things that you knew growing up, and people you know and love. One of the strongest things you can ever do is to dance with the universe, look it in the eye, and match its rhythm. It's not easy because the universe is a very aggressive dancer, and it's hard to keep up. But sometimes you got to do what's right for you. Never give up on hope, but do what's right for you. Do what you need to do to get right with the universe. Don't be too selfish. Don't be too kind. Watch out for yourself. Save a little for yourself, but give to other people and love other people. That's what I've learned. But if you are going to love yourself. You cannot truly love anything or anybody unless you love yourself as well. And anybody that tries to argue that point is a fool. But also don't be narcissistic. Universe is crazy, man. I apologize for the tears. Bit of a heartfelt vlog, I suppose. But personally, I don't know where I'll end up. I don't know. I have plans. Sure, I mean, we all make plans, but unfortunately, I'm not one of the lucky few that has all kinds of money that I can, make my plans come to fruition without some hard work and some luck. Luckily, the universe so far, knock on wood, has been pretty rough with everything that's been happening family-wise and in my personal life. But there's hope within me. I found it in myself. I couldn't find it in religion. I couldn't find it anywhere else except in me. And in part in some of the loved ones of my life. My loved ones are going through a really hard time right now with everything that's happened. And obviously I'm among them. I can only speak for myself and I can only see what I see on a daily basis. But I know that I have loved ones that love me and I love them. And when you see loved ones suffer and they do it to themselves all the time, over and over, they're very self-destructive. There are times you have to step back and let them realize what's happening. You can talk to them, you can berate them, you can browbeat them to checking their own reality, but it's up to them. It's up to them. Nobody can save themselves unless they really want to save themselves. All the outside help in the world is great, but unless they accept it internally and realize it, it's a lot of people would argue it's a fool's errand. I disagree. I think that every little push from the outside does help, and there is hope that maybe you can get through to them. But it doesn't actually come about until they accept what's going on and what they're doing. Rather they're an alcoholic, rather they're a drug addict, rather they have eating problems, rather they have mental problems, medical problems, whatever it may be. In order to help yourself, in order to help other people, you got to help yourself. And that's an important life lesson. And I kind of wanted to share that in love during this vlog. So love is pretty well rounded. It's very universal in a lot of degrees, and without it, it's just one side of the coin. And love can be a gamble, but bet on yourself before you bet on others. You can't truly. Yourself is important. Loved ones are important. As long as they're willing to help themselves. And family is a word to end this. Family can mean anything, anybody, not just blood. Blood family is always going to be close, but it doesn't necessarily mean they have your best interest at heart. You hope they do, but look at their history and be mindful of that. Don't go blindly into the night. Trust has to be earned. Love can be given, but it also needs to be reciprocated. And if they don't reciprocate with what you're putting out, then take some back for yourself. Save yourself, because you're worth it. And if you have a lover, if you have a partner for life, and you're having problems, listen to them. Talk to them. Do everything you can to make sure that they're feeling strong in their relationship. Don't disregard them. Don't keep them separate from what could really help them. It does help. um, also, don't hold things over their head. That's the worst thing you can do. You're both human, and shit's gonna happen. But I don't know about marriage for myself. I know that marriage works out for some it doesn't. Marriage, much like love, can be a gamble. And you sometimes want to play the odds, but there are other times in life to where you want to, put everything on red and let it ride, or on black, or whatever the color may be. Um, but there it is. So anyway, thanks for listening. This was a bit of a ramble vlog, but it just hit me. I still have love in my life. It may happen again from a romantic point of view. I might even find another lifelong partner. I don't know. But what I do know for sure is that I'm not going to be worth anything to that partner until I get myself right. And unfortunately, I have to deny that part of myself that, feels that drive until I know it's right. Because love can also make you very impulsive. Very goddamn impulsive. Excuse my language. But impulses are meant to be checked. And just make sure you're in for a full ride and you're dedicated. Because it can be a hell of a ride. It can also take a lot out of you if it goes wrong. It can take everything if it goes wrong. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment. Remember, you're awesome. Never let the world tell you otherwise. Stay safe. Stay sane. See ya.